A suspicious package turns up at a Northport bank. How police determined it was a false alarm.
Plus, local voters will have a variety of ballot referendums on the November 6th election. How your vote could affect the extension of Sarasota County's Legacy Trail.
And how Sarasota County firefighters help with storm recovery efforts in the Florida Panhandle. Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching ABC 7 News at 6.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thanks for joining us. We begin this hour with new developments in a story we've been following for you all day. A Northport bank is back to normal following a suspicious envelope scare. They were called to the Bank of America on Tamiami Trail after that envelope, which said bomb on it, was dropped off around 10 o'clock this morning. While our crews were on scene, the man who dropped off that letter returned and tried to explain himself to police. He claims he wanted the bank to fax some information about explosions to federal authorities. Police say no charges have been filed at this time.
And law enforcement around the country are not taking any chances when it comes to these suspicious packages. A total of 12 have been found this week. Today, a South Florida man was arrested and is under arrest for connection to these suspected bombs. FBI agents say they used DNA and fingerprints to identify Cesar Sayoc, who's facing now nearly 50 years in prison if he's found guilty.
An update now on the case of a suspected murderer from Sarasota. Daniel Davenport entered a written plea of not guilty through his attorney yesterday. He's accused of murdering Sergio Hostens and then dumping his body in an empty home in Naples. He was arrested in Orlando after running from police for nearly a week.
New developments tonight in a 2001 murder of an Englewood woman. Charlotte County Sheriff's investigators say the body of 32-year-old Victoria Arena was found in a wooded area in Punta Gorda in June of 2001. Her death was ruled a homicide. Detectives say Curtis Webb from Sarasota, Arena's ex-boyfriend, was identified as a potential suspect. However, detectives say they couldn't convict him due to a lack of evidence and the natural deaths of several key witnesses. Webb spent 15 years in a Tennessee prison after being convicted of home invasion robbery in 2002. He died from an illness after being released this past January. Even though he's dead, investigators say they now have probable cause to charge him with Arena's murder. They believe he would have been convicted if he and the critical witnesses were still alive.
The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office now has a new tool to help keep you connected. The agency releasing a new app. You can use it to submit a tip, access the 911 call log, get alerts to your cell phone, and even see who's in jail. You can find it in your app store by simply searching for Sarasota County Sheriff.
And law enforcement have some helpful reminders about safety this holiday weekend. Trick or treat in groups if you can. Never allow your small children to visit a door without a trusted adult.
You can also teach children not to approach vehicles, and parents should always accompany their trick-or-treaters no matter how old those children are.
Great advice. Be safe out there, and we hope the weather's good too. But first, the weekend. Here's Bob.
That's right, and first a cold front to move through right now. In fact, you can get a look at the Holmes Beach webcam showing that high surf out there. We have a high surf advisory, meaning rip currents are going to be an issue. Had a little brief shower around 2:33, and then some more rain out there. And now the sun started to break on through as that front is through Manatee County. The waves are still up though, so rip current advisory remains in effect. You can see that prefrontal trough which brought us some showers around 2. Now the actual cold front sweeping on through. It's going to bring in some cooler air for the weekend. And we're talking temperatures below average finally. Some light rain showers still lingering. They're moving pretty quickly to the southeast. So if you're going to be going to the high school football games or you're going to be outside trick-or-treating for that matter near Northport, a brief shower not out of the question, but it's unlikely at this point. Most of this rain moving very rapidly off to the southeast. You can see a little bit of rainfall near Northport and some activity just to the east of Punta Gorda. Well, the cold front is going to be sliding through tonight. And then behind it, some cooler air moves in. Now, we will see some high clouds occasionally on Saturday. Sunday looks to be the coolest of the weekend. We'll see temperatures still rather warm tonight, 75 at 11 o'clock. Still a few clouds around. More on your weather for the weekend coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. Sarasota County's Legacy Trail is already more than 10 miles long, and now it's up to voters to decide if it should expand to the north.
ABC 7's Erica Jackson joins us from the northern end of that trail near Clark Road to share what voters need to know about the bond referendum.
I love just being out in the outdoors, no cars, and you just feel free.
Mark Blumenthal enjoys 10 miles of freedom every other day while riding his bike on the Legacy Trail from the historic train depot in Venice to the Culver House Nature Park. Sarasota County bought land last year to extend the trail 1.9 miles on a railroad corridor. But now it's up to voters to expand it another 6 miles from Ashton Road to Payne Park, with overpasses above Clark and Bee Ridge roads.
It'll be a full park with amenities, stop stations, parking, and a multi-use path for recreational opportunities.
Sarasota County says the extension would support access to tourist attractions like Siesta Beach, Nathan Benderson Park, and Ed Smith Stadium. And it would place 27 schools within 1 mile of the trail. Friends of the Legacy Trail president Roger Normand says promoting a healthy lifestyle for students is one of the top draws.
If you have a school that has access to a trail, kids and parents will use it.
And while the trail could boost economic development, the investment comes with a price tag. According to the county's Park and Recreation Department, the extension would cost $65 million, resulting in a millage increase of $16 per year for taxpayers with a $200,000 home. If approved, it could take years for athletes to enjoy the Legacy Trail's extension. Until then, Blumenthal says bicyclists should get off the roads and onto the mixed-use trail.
Try it and see how you like it. I know you will like it.
ABC 7's Erica Jackson reporting there. Looking ahead, the Legacy Trail could become part of one massive trail across the state. Supporters of the idea want to build a complete trail system connecting Jacksonville to Tampa, down to Naples, east to Miami, and then back north to Jacksonville.
Take a look at this new video into our newsroom tonight of what the Venice Hospital is expected to look like. Here's what we know so far about that multi-million-dollar project. It will have 90 private patient suites, including 10 private birthing suites, 20 private observation suites, an emergency care center to fit 28, and 6 to 8 surgical suites with plans to expand in the future. That is all expected to open in the fall of 2021.
This week, the Manatee County School Board approved another $195,000 to fix corrupt software. The district has already spent nearly $27 million on the system that was supposed to cost $5 million at most. Now the district is paying the same company, Cyber, to uninstall the parts of the software that overcomplicated the system. School Board member Scott Hope says the district hired the same company because it wrote the code and will know how to clean it up.
It was basically a poorly planned, poorly executed integration of a new software system into our finances, our operations, and our budgeting and planning aspects of the district.
The board also approved a $65,000 contract with a new administrator to oversee this project's completion. Hope says he's not sure when that will be, but he can promise it will be sooner rather than later. Still to come in your Suncoast News, Sarasota County first responders back from the Panhandle will hear firsthand about the destruction they saw there.
And why this Manatee County bus driver is being called a hero tonight.
My name is Blake. I received a heart transplant when I was 2 weeks old. I play defense for the Red Hot Tornadoes. Sometimes my heart starts pounding like faster and faster as I go. I know I have someone else's heart inside me. It makes me feel happy because someone was generous enough to give me a second chance to live.
This gift of life was made possible by an organ donor. Imagine what you could make possible. Sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
If you don't want to fall immediately into love, look away. If you don't want to awaken a desire for excellence, look away. If you don't want to be seduced, please look away.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Ready to open up new opportunities as an electrician? Don't do it yourself. Team up with Mr. Sparky instead. We're locally owned and looking for people like you. We offer our electricians great perks that you just won't get going it alone. And whether you're an apprentice, a master electrician, or somewhere in between, we have a spot for you.
Best decision I ever made.
Apply online or call today.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Firefighters from Sarasota County are back home tonight after deploying to the Florida Panhandle to help after Hurricane Michael.
The engine strike team returned home last night. ABC 7's Jackie Kelly spoke with one of the firefighters about how they help their fellow Floridians. Jackie.
Scott, Jacqueline, over a 16-day period, 60 people from Sarasota County Fire Department were deployed up to the Panhandle to help out. Now, earlier I talked with a firefighter who's a Florida native, and he tells me that Hurricane Michael is the worst storm he's seen ever.
Being a Floridian, I've seen a lot of hurricanes pass, but I've never seen anything to that scale or magnitude before.
Sarasota County firefighter and paramedic Jamel Hazley said he was deployed to the Panhandle with 12 other team members in early October.
Once we got to Tallahassee, we received our assignment to go to Panama City, where we would be part of, we're working with both USAR, which is Urban Search and Rescue, and also working with DMAT, which is the Disaster Medical Assistance Team.
Once in Panama City, Hazley says he helped transport victims to the hospital and shelters.
We see a lot of things, in this field, so I feel like we were very prepared for it. Fortunately, we have a lot of training here in Sarasota County Fire Department that helps us prepare for what we're going to see up there and whatnot. So when we got there, it wasn't necessarily too much of a surprise.
But what did surprise him was the devastation he saw.
I was shocked at the amount of just widespread structural damage that was being done, and of course, the people who had lost, their homes and whatnot. That was, that stresses you out a little bit.
Despite all of the devastation, Hazley says the positive thing he took away from the mess was the sense of community that was created through people helping.
It was nice to be able to go up there and see people from all around the state, out of the country. There were AMR teams from California that were there helping out, people from Orlando that were there helping out. So it was nice to be a part of such a large team.
Now, there are 4 people still up in the Panhandle helping out, but the fire department says they don't plan on sending any more people up there. Reporting live in Sarasota, Jackie Kelly, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Jackie, thank you.
sure they're glad to be home, and I know that they probably feel really good about what they did up there too.
Yeah, you know, it's really nice to see the folks lending a hand to those folks desperately in need.
Yeah.
And now we were talking about, you know, cleanup and all those efforts, and without electricity, and now it's going to be heating. Heating is going to be a concern because it's going to get cold up there. We're talking 40s, possibly in some areas, upper 40s by Sunday morning. A cold front is bringing us a few light rain showers, some advisories as a result of that cold front with the coastal locations. The advisories are a rip current advisory. You can see some of that high surf, occasionally a brief shower moving on by, but not much. We didn't get much rainfall. We had a little brief shower this morning, as expected. Then some clearing skies, and then some showers this afternoon and evening. Rip current advisory, there it is. The headlines read like that. Clearing and cooler for the weekend. We're looking for Sunday to be the sunniest of the two, but we still will see some sunshine on Saturday. And it looks as though we will see another cold front arrive late Friday and into Saturday of next weekend. Well, the Titan radar picture depicting some light rain showers lingering now across parts of the Gulf of Mexico. Not a lot of heavy rainfall around. I don't anticipate any tonight. One or two brief sprinkles here and there, maybe a little bit more of a moderate shower in places. But for the most part, the rain is not going to be that big of a problem this evening, so don't worry about that too much. Saturday morning, we won't be all that cool. In fact, above average temperatures. It'll take a while for that wind to switch to the north and cool us down. Highs tomorrow right around 80 degrees, and then Sunday morning is when we're going to see those temperatures dropping down into the upper 50s to low 60s, and we will see some upper 40s to low 50s there into the panhandle of Florida, 64 West Palm Beach, and then we'll see highs on Sunday. Should be delightful out there. Upper 70s, right around 78 degrees. The winds will be brisk tonight. Boaters beware, small craft exercise caution, and that'll be the case tomorrow morning. Still out of the west. You'll notice, though, those winds will start to veer more to the northwest later on in the day, and then the north on Saturday night and Sunday morning. That's when we'll start to see the cooler temperatures and really dry conditions. It'll feel quite nice out there, really comfortable. I think a real taste of fall. And we're in this progressive autumnal pattern now that we're going to see a series of fronts moving on through, and that's great news to cool the Gulf down and keep that out of play when it comes to any kind of storms that possibly could pop up. As far as hourly planner goes tomorrow, we'll see a mixture of sun and clouds, temperatures warming into the upper 70s by the noon hour. You can see the futurecast showing that front continuing to push to the south. We'll have some high clouds moving on by occasionally, some light rain, a secondary push of some cooler air, may bring a brief shower or two on Saturday. I'm not looking for a lot of rainfall, the rain chance less than 20%. I mentioned that progressive pattern. Well, the first storm moves through, big nor'easter over the weekend. High pressure will then dominate. Here comes Oscar maybe. Oscar moving off into the Atlantic and then eventually getting picked up by this front on Friday and Saturday of next week and taken off to the northeast. So that's going to save us, it looks like, and push that storm out there in the Atlantic. 81 degrees right now. We warmed up today into the mid 80s. We have a west to northwest wind at 14. Got up to 86. We can say goodbye to the mid 80s, and we won't see those, but the low 80s not out of the question next week. That rainfall already starting to develop over the mid-Atlantic coast states with that nor'easter. And as far as highs go tomorrow, well, into the 50s and 40s in places like Cleveland, Washington, Boston will get a high of 51. For boaters, northwest winds 15 knots tomorrow, seas 2 to 4 feet. Those winds will start to abate somewhat in the afternoon. And the forecast, beautiful weekend ahead. Looks like we'll have great weather for Saturday, 79 degrees. We are anticipating the same kind of weather on Sunday. And, of course, the Oktoberfest taking place this weekend from 10 to 8 on Saturday and then 10 to 6 on Sunday. The Wednesday forecast for Halloween looking good for trick-or-treaters, albeit a little bit warm. Looks like temperatures will be generally to kick things off at 6 o'clock under generally partly cloudy skies, 82, 80 by 9, and then 11 o'clock by 76. Like Scott Dennis dancing there. It's pretty good. Back to you.
A dancing mummy. All right, Bob, thank you so much. Democratic gubernatorial candidate Andrew Gillum was joined by more than 100 students from Florida State and Florida A&M universities today as they marched to early voting locations. Gillum spent the day traveling to several college campuses, urging Florida's youngest voters to cast their ballots. Gillum told students the only way Democrats will win back the governor's mansion for the first time in 20 years is if college-aged voters show up.
The way you make good on a demand is by showing up and letting an elected official know that you have the power to put them in office or the power to take them out of office. That is the power that you have.
People always just think that it's like this huge hassle and time out of your day, but it's really such an easy and rewarding experience. I think that kids have strong opinions.
Gillum will be in Sarasota tomorrow morning to help promote Souls to the Polls. He'll be at the Bethlehem Baptist Church on 18th Street in Sarasota from 9 until 12.
A Manatee County bus driver is being called a hero for saving the life of one of her passengers. The act earned Janine McDonald a Heroism Award from the Manatee County Commissioners. A special needs passenger of hers on the paratransit bus did not answer her door. Instead of turning away, McDonald went into the home and discovered her passenger on the floor, gasping for air, struggling to survive. That's when she called 911. Paramedics came and took that woman to the hospital. McDonald is credited with saving her life.
They said her sugar was very, very high, over 900, about 1,017 to be exact. So, you know, I was just proud that I was put in that situation, that God used me as a tool to save this woman's life.
Yesterday, McDonald had a chance to meet with the woman whose life she saved. She says she is now doing great. Good to hear.
Awesome. Coming up, we're going to tell you about some cool events coming up this weekend that are raising money for some great causes.
Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG. And Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Impreza is an IIHS top safety pick for 11 years running. Lease a new Subaru Impreza today for just $182 a month, or get 0% financing with 0 down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
During the past 10 years, Tidewell Hospice volunteers have provided more than 1 million hours of service. They sit with patients, giving caregivers a break. They work in offices. They take their furry friends on pet therapy visits. They even clown around. Every task performed by a volunteer makes a difference in the lives of our patients and their families. Join Tidewell's volunteer team. They're truly 1 in a million. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Blue 32, Blue 32, hut hut! It's the Gatto Gridiron Challenge. The game's on to sell 2,000 vehicles. 12 teams compete for the #1 spot. Score a great deal at every Gatto dealership. Buy with 0 down. Make no payments for 90 days. Choose from 14 of your favorite brands, all on sale. Who will make it to the end zone? You decide. Rush to a Gatto location near you or visit Gatto.com.
Gatto's got it.
I feel happiest when I'm out enjoying my favorite things, like spending time in my garden. That's why I need a Humana Medicare Advantage plan.
Many Humana Medicare Advantage plans cover everything from emergency care and hospital stays to doctor office visits and prescription drug coverage. In fact, last year, Humana Medicare Advantage prescription drug plan members saved an estimated $6,900 on average on their prescription costs. Humana has a large network of doctors and hospitals, plans that include vision and dental coverage, and most plans include Silver Sneakers Fitness and a rewards program, all for a $0 monthly plan premium in most areas.
Now I can be happy and healthy and keep enjoying all of my favorite things.
Your health and happiness is important to us. Call or go online now to get your free decision guide and see how a Humana Medicare Advantage plan can help keep you enjoying your favorite things.
Helping families with mesothelioma is all we do. My firm has been offering a free book on mesothelioma for over 10 years. Since that time, hundreds of people with mesothelioma have trusted us to represent them. We have local offices throughout the U.S. and there is no risk to you. Mesothelioma really is all we do.
Call us at 1-800-485-6000. That's 1-800-485-6000.
Or go to mesoonlylaw.com.
This fall, experience golf at a higher level, where the courses are exceptionally beautiful and incredibly challenging on Alabama's Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail. Enjoy unlimited golf, including cart and range balls from $112 a day. Beautiful, deadly, irresistible. Is your game ready for the trail? Call 800-949-4444 or visit rtjgolf.com for tee times and get your game on the trail.
This week on Animal Outtakes, these are not your typical canines, they are wolves. We'll take you to a sanctuary dedicated to them. Watch Animal Outtakes each week on ABC 7.
Happening tomorrow, Fashion Funds the Cure returns to the mall at UTC. The annual event, hosted by the National Pediatric Cancer Foundation, celebrates the strength and courage of children battling cancer. This is a look at last year's show. The models are kids who are battling or have been touched by cancer in some way. Fashion Funds the Cure will be held from 2 to 4 tomorrow at the University Town Center Mall. All proceeds benefit National Pediatric Cancer Foundation.
Also happening tomorrow, the 3rd annual Tea Time for Tots kicks off at Evie's Mini Golf. In addition to 18 holes of fun, there will also be trick-or-treating, face painting, and arts and crafts. All those proceeds will benefit the Early Learning Coalition of Sarasota County, which helps local children in need with scholarships. Evie's Mini Golf is on Bee Ridge Road in Sarasota. Sounds like a lot of things to do this weekend in Sarasota.
Bob was just saying, you're going to want to do something outside. If you
Yeah,
can.
absolutely. You got to take advantage of it. You know, we went through such a long summer, and it's been high. This is going to be a weekend that you can kind of enjoy. This is nice.
I'm looking forward to wearing some fall by Florida standards clothes.
You got to get up pretty early on Sunday. It's going to be in the upper 50s in some places.
Wow.
Scarves, boots,
Yeah.
The whole 9 yards.
World News Tonight with David Muir is next.
We'll see you again at 7 and 11. Have a good night.
You want a Maserati, but you need an SUV. Why not have both? Levante, the Maserati of SUVs.
Experience it at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Enjoy fine wine and great foods, all while supporting a great cause. It's the 17th annual Suncoast Food and Wine Fest, happening Saturday, November 10th from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Premier Sports Campus in Lakewood Ranch. Taste hundreds of wines from around the world and sample great food from the area's finest restaurants. All proceeds go to local charities and Rotary projects. For tickets and information, visit suncoastfoodandwinefest.com.
Imagine a world filled with pillow fights, playgrounds, and the search for the perfect climbing tree. Every kid deserves that world, but 1 in 5 kids in America struggle with hunger. At No Kid Hungry, we're committed to creating a world where every kid eats healthy food every day. We raise funds, we help families, and we lift up communities.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
To be able to just get my son here and not think about how we will pay for it, it just takes so much weight off of my family. St. Jude allowed me to focus on being a mom to Bryce. And sometimes I'm just in awe of the impact St. Jude has, not only on this community, but the world.
The body, it is a work of art and a powerful ally in the fight against cancer. A new approach called immunotherapy works by helping our immune system correctly identify and eradicate many types of cancer cells. Speak with your doctor and visit su2c.org/immunotherapy to learn more. Your body might just be your greatest hope.
Being empowered starts with getting informed, looking closer.
1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer in her lifetime. But many of us don't know there are different types of breast cancer with different characteristics. That was me. Learning about the specifics of my diagnosis gave me the confidence to make informed treatment decisions with my doctor. This meant everything to me and my family. So take another look. Ask another question. Learn more at notonetype.org.